Hey, North Idaho video viewers and adventure seekers. Hey, if you're sitting in some other state dreaming of a life with real outdoor possibilities, I think North Idaho will surprise you. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about why adventure seekers are flocking to the North Idaho area, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead and subscribe below, tap the bell so you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on here in the North Idaho area. We promise we're going to do our best not to let you down. Today, like I said, we're talking about outdoor adventures here in the North Idaho area and why a lot of people are coming this way just to be a part of that. As I look back on some of the reasons why I came here, that was one of the biggest reasons. The outdoor quality of life was a big draw to me, and is a big draw to a lot of other people that I talk to every day that are looking for a little bit different quality of life and to have some great outdoor adventure. So let's talk a little bit about what some of these outdoor activities that Idaho has, and let's break it down. So if you like to ski, we have within the Coeur d'Alene area, there are 4 ski areas, all right within about an hour's drive. We've got Schweitzer Mountain up in the Sandpoint area, which is my favorite. You have Silver Mountain, which is in the Kellogg area, and then just a little further, you have Lookout Mountain, which is right there on the Montana-Idaho border. They get a lot of snow over there. And then if you want to adventure into Washington, there's Spokane Mountain that also offers skiing. And just with the Idaho resorts, the 3 resorts we talked about, there's over 4,500 combined acres of terrain there to ski between those. So if you're looking for some great skiing, I know like Schweitzer has approximately 2,900 acres itself. We get a lot of great skiing up here, and a lot of people assume we get a lot of snow. Well, we don't always get a lot of snow, but we hope that the mountains always get a lot of snow. We've talked about in some of our other videos, Coeur d'Alene itself really only sits at about 2,300 elevation, so it doesn't get the same snowfall as maybe some of these other areas. So, but we do live around a lot of mountains, and the mountains do collect snow, and so we always look forward to a good ski year. And if you're going to live in an area that gets cold and snowy, you might as well have some fun activities to get you through that time. Or maybe you're a snowbird and you head off someplace warm. But skiing is one of my favorite activities through the winter. There's also cross-country skiing, and there are miles and miles of trails for cross-country skiing. And some of these resorts, like I know Schweitzer does, offers terrain for cross-country skiing. There are also other groups that provide areas or clubs. I know up at the top of 4th of July Pass, there is some area up there where people go snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. There are certain, like Twin Lakes, their golf course actually puts a trail through there in the winter so people can go do that. Farragut Park is another one. So lots of areas for cross-country skiing. I haven't even talked about probably half of them. And hiking. We still have a lot of hiking in this. Yeah, the snow, if you like to snowshoe, or depending on where you're at, there is some great hiking in the winter. So we have a little bit of everything. In the summer, most of these areas all offer mountain biking. I know for sure Silver Mountain and Schweitzer allow you to come up there and bike, and so they go all summer. You can go over Silver Mountain, ride the tram up with your bike. I can't remember if Lookout Mountain does that or not, but Lookout Mountain is where you would go to get your tickets for the Hiawatha. Now, we get credited a lot for the Hiawatha right here because most people that are in this area are coming to visit, and then we'll head over to the Hiawatha. The Hiawatha just sits right across the border into Montana. And for those that are not familiar with the Hiawatha, it is a fantastic bike trail. What they did was they took some old railroad tracks, got rid of the tracks, and so you've got, I can't remember how many miles it is now, but it's all downhill. So if you're not a huge biker, don't worry. You go through 8 or 9 tunnels that the trains used to go through. You go across these great big trestle bridges, and it's beautiful. You're out there in the mountains. So I highly recommend the Hiawatha. It's a great activity, a great family activity. Get around some beautiful country. Like I said, it's mostly all downhill, and then when you get there, you got a bus that brings you back up. So I highly suggest that. But if biking's not really your thing, we've got a lot of hiking. So hiking and biking, if you want to look at areas like the Trail of the Coeur d'Alenes that starts over there in Plummer and goes 73 miles all the way into, past Kellogg, into that Milan area over there. I always get told I pronounced that wrong, but so sorry, locals. There's also the Centennial Trail for Idaho starts at the border of Washington, but you can actually take it all the way into along the river there on into Spokane area. I don't know how far. I haven't been that far, but as far as Idaho, you can come all the way in from the border through the Post Falls area into downtown Coeur d'Alene, through Coeur d'Alene and out heading out east and all the way out to Higgins Point. So from Coeur d'Alene, it's about another 6 miles on out there to Higgins Point. A lot of it just follows the river and the lake. So if you love to get out and bike or hike and walk, just some fantastic areas there for all of that. We've got Farragut Park, which offers mountain biking, regular biking, horseback riding, hiking, swimming, boating, you name it. It's just a fantastic state park that's 20-30 minutes out of Coeur d'Alene. And it's just a fantastic amenity for this area. The Coeur d'Alene Lake Coeur d'Alene has, approximately 135 miles of shoreline. Not to mention, we've got Hayden Lake, Twin Lake, which are Lake Pend Oreille. And then we have another handful of lakes that, like Spirit Lake, Coquilala Lake, Ferdinand Lake. I don't know. I can go on and on. We have a lot of lakes here in this area. All of them offer fantastic fishing. There is numerous types of fish in these. We have, if you like paddleboarding or just getting out and swimming, jet skiing, boating, surfing, all that type of stuff is all offered with these fantastic lakes that we have here. And so, if you're an active person and you want to get out and, do some mountain biking in the morning, we've got like Canfield Mountain with, it just has miles and miles of trails. You could get lost out there for days, but just fantastic trail system. Come in, have a little lunch, then head out and go do some surfing or water skiing in the afternoon, or maybe you want to do vice versa because of the waves, the wind, or the lake getting a little choppy. But just know, whatever it is you're looking for, we have it. Over 3,000 miles of hiking trails. We've got the Selkirk Mountain Range. We have the Coeur d'Alene National Forest. So we have just some fantastic areas for just coming and getting out. Hunting is huge up in this area. We've got big game. We've got about everything that you might be looking for. We talked about fishing out on the lakes, but a lot of people don't talk about the fly fishing out on like the Coeur d'Alene River and some of those areas. So depending on what type of activity you like, we have. Thinking about relocating to the North Idaho area? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I've linked it down below. From top employers, the best hospitals, and a whole lot more information of things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, it's 100% free. Just click the link in the description below or the top pinned comment. Hope this helped. Now, all those things are well and good, but if you can't afford to be there, then it's not a lot of fun, is it? So, or feasible. So it's no secret that North Idaho, we are a destination place. The Coeur d'Alene is a destination place. It is more expensive than a lot of areas. Our cost of living, mainly when we talk about that, we're talking mainly about the housing over the last 3 to 5 years has gone up 25 to 50% in areas. So in some of the other areas like Sandpoint, we're seeing medium home prices in the Sandpoint area now around $700,000 versus like here in the Coeur d'Alene area, it's the medium's probably more, in that like 560 to 580 range. So North Idaho medium home prices is about $535,000, and that's because we're able to take into account some of these smaller towns that still offer some lower pricing and some of that. But if you're going to be in that Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, Post Falls, Rathdrum, Sandpoint, those price points are going to jump up a little bit from there. So be prepared for that. But if we're comparing to other areas, it depends on where you're coming from. So feel free to give me a call and or shoot me a text, and I can get you some great comparisons from where you're coming from. But if we look at like even California, a lot of people up here coming from California, the median home prices there now is over $800,000, and I got that statistic from the California Association of Realtors. In Western Washington, it's also over $800,000. So if you're coming from areas like that where you have a lot of high home prices, you're typically going to see about a 40% savings coming here to this area. So who is this attracting? We are seeing the people that want this type of lifestyle that are wanting to move here. We're seeing a lot of remote workers in that 30 to 45 range. So let's face it, Coeur d'Alene itself does not offer a lot of huge job opportunities. We're mostly tourism, restaurants, timber, that type of thing. So unless you're going to commute into that Spokane area, but we do get a lot of remote workers. We get a lot of outdoor enthusiasts that want to come here and be here and just love doing all these different outdoor things. We attract a lot of retirees that seeking an active lifestyle, that love to get out and bike and boat, ski, hike, play pickleball, golf. We've got over 20 golf courses, all within about an hour's drive. So there's more golf courses than probably what you could keep up with or want to even try, but there's something for everybody when it comes to that. We're also seeing a lot of families wanting more of a nature-based experience, those that want to have more of a community feel, want to have their kids grow up in an area where there are opportunities to be outside and have some of these different experiences with, biking or hunting, fishing, boating, these things that kind of help bring things that families can do together in an area that might be a little more sheltered than what we're seeing in some of these bigger cities. And so there, isn't always the concern of what their kids are being exposed to versus some of the bigger cities. So I'll let you kind of decide that. My kids are out of school, so I don't worry about a lot of that stuff anymore. But if you're concerned or wondering about some of the school systems, we've done some videos on the school systems, but also feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text, and I'm happy to talk to you about the school systems. If you're looking for some of the specific stuff, be sure and download my free relocation guide. You can access it here right below this video. Download that information. It'll help at least answer a lot of questions, or might give you more questions, or at least lead you in the right direction. But I'm always available to talk and answer questions. So download that free relocation guide. Let's talk about some of the unique market factors we are seeing that do have an effect on some of the things like housing and why people are coming. One is the natural beauty that is driving up our property values. It is no secret, the closer you look at being to the lake, the more expensive the houses become, the property become. Kind of the same thing if you're looking to get in over by Farragut Park, or you want to be up on have something up by the ski hill in Schweitzer, above Sandpoint there. Just know the closer you get to some of these activities, some of these areas that offer a lot of these amenities, the pricing's going to go up. So just knowing that that is controlling our property value some, the proximity to the outdoor activities, even, the small town charm, really creates some unique market factors. There is definitely a different feel or vibe to Sandpoint versus Coeur d'Alene. And so for those that are kind of wondering about one or the other, I would highly recommend come spend a little time in Sandpoint, come spend a little time in Coeur d'Alene. See what that vibe is like, see what it is that you like. And like I said, Sandpoint's been very popular. That's why we've seen that median price range jump up to that $700,000 area. So it's been very popular, offers a wonderful, there's just a wonderful feel or vibe, or what do you want to call it there. But depending on where you're coming from, we probably, in a lot of cases, especially if you're coming from like Western Washington, from California, or some of these other big cities, we're going to offer a lower cost of living. And we've done some videos on that about the cost of living and some of the factors there, and with lower utilities, lower housing prices, lower taxes, a lot of those types of things. So again, download our free relocation guide. We're here to help. North Idaho isn't just a place to live, it's a lifestyle. One move could transform everything about how you experience the outdoors, and we would love to be a part of it. So give us a call, shoot us a text, let us help make your move to North Idaho a smooth transition. We'll see you on the next video.